Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Nee Dumade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Nee Dumade.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It's morning in Africa. It's morning in Nigeria. I'm just bringing greetings to wherever you are in the face of the earth. It delights my heart to come again this Monday morning with a roundup of the perspective shift. My name is Nee Dumade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting Limited. And today I'll be wrapping up on the perspective shift. And today the focus is to know, love, and reach out to the community. Love, know, and reach out to the community. Love, and know, and reach out to the community. Okay, there is a reason why God planted your church where it is right now. There's a reason why God planted your church where it is right now. Okay, and Bible says in Acts chapter 1 verse 8, and ye shall receive power. Now, there's a reason why God gave the church power, okay? And ye shall receive power after the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses. So the reason for the power is for you to witness. And ye shall be witness unto me both in Jerusalem, in Judea, in Samaria, and to the uttermost part of the earth. So the reason why God empowered the church, the reason why God empowered the church is because He wants us to witness. And the lack of this perspective shift can rob the community, can rob our world of the good things that power can bring. The church is the light and the salt of the community. The church is the light and the salt of the earth. So for us to be able to reach out, we must ensure that we must understand the reason why God planted us where the church is. You should not and never be in isolation. As a church, you can imagine you having a candle lamp and you are covering it. You are with a blanket. You are putting it under the bushel. You are putting it in a hiding. The reason why that light is light cannot be expressed out, because that's the reason why it is a light, because it wants to express out in darkness. So you should not and never be in isolation as a church to the community. Have a pulse of what's going on in the community. Inward focusedness is a danger for the church to reach out. We are empowered to witness, and we are empowered to be a light and salt to the community. What is your community? You need to define your Jerusalem. Is it 20 miles drive distance from your church? Is it the whole state at which you are located? What is your community? What is your Jerusalem? And you just have to know your community. And you knowing your community does not mean you staying in the four walls of your church to know your community. You have to be in the community. You have to dialogue with the community. And our advice that you should have a community analysis report, where you look at the demographics, the psychographics, the mediographics, all kinds of data for you to be able to lead and impact your. In fact, sometimes your community analysis report can inform you on how to reach to these people, because you can't love someone you do not know. You can't love someone or make an impact on someone you do not know. So most churches are not catching up with the growth rate of the community. The community, the population explosion now is growing at an alarming rate. But the truth about it is that our churches, most of our churches are not catching up with that growth rate. They are either declining or reducing, or they're not moving faster or higher than the growth rate of the community. So let's don't operate from the standpoint that we are trying to catch up, or we are from a standpoint of weakness, or from a standpoint of disadvantage. We need to get information. We need to understand what is going on in the community, because a bird who lands on a rope must be willing to dance with the rope. Okay? If the bird is not willing to dance with the rope, it's going to fall down. I'm praying for good network here. All right? It's going to fall down. And we need to understand the church demographics, its current trends and patterns, and also understand the community's current trends and patterns. And that will inform us with the kind of outreach strategy or ministry to build around these community needs. All right, we need to shift that perspective outward, and data can help us to be able to visualize what kind of things to leverage on. Okay, what kind of things to leverage on? Okay, now the truth about is data has given us the information that 20% of our pre-COVID attendance will not return, and obviously our children will not come back, our elderly ones will not come back. You know, about 20 averagely from glue and data sources, that 20% will not return. In fact, the online stuff will make us so used to online that we will not want to go back to the four walls of the church. We want to stay in the comfort and just enjoy service. So 20% pre-COVID church attendance may not come. But the truth, the advice I'm going to give is this: a lot of us have gone out of the four walls of the church, and we have been reaching out online. Can we determine the conversion rate of the impact we are having online? For example, in your online views, you have, let's say, 100. Can you have like 20 of them being converted to your church attendance? So you have, if you can balance up that discrepancy of 20% not returning to your efforts that you have been doing online for the past several months to be felt in your church, and you have to be able to leverage on that data. Who are the new persons that have saved in your online stream? Who are the persons that have become your members online stream? And get that conversion rate and do some work so that you don't get yourself on a declining, or you are catching up with the growth rate of the community. New strategies are needed right now because of the effect of the pandemic. The strategies of pre-COVID might not work for you. The way you look at data might not work for you. The way you analyze data might not work for you. If I want to be, after this this Monday Matters from October, we're going to be looking at data. What kind of data can we now leverage on despite the pandemic disruptions? Because right now attendance has been skewed, a lot of things have been skewed, and we need to make sure that we get things right to know what is going on, get a good dashboard, get a good metrics that to rely on, and to get a good scoreboard. All right, some of these issues will be looked at from October in depth. Look at how can you say this metric is actually indicating that my church is healthy? How can we say that this metrics is actually indicating that my church is growing? How can we say that this metrics is actually indicating that my church is progressing? So the truth about it is that we will look at those from next month. How can we get better data from our community, from our churches? Because that will also tell us the quality and the quality of the decisions we're going to make. And the quality of decisions we're going to make also impacts on the qualities of the kind of ministries we are going to imbibe. And the quality of ministry we're going to imbibe will also determine the momentum and the morale of. So we need to know the data, know the numbers. Okay, know the numbers. Data will help us a lot, great deal. Data will help us a lot, great deal. If you're hearing me, just put on in a chat box you're hearing me. All right? Data will help us to determine a lot of things. What should we keep on doing? There's a disruption now. What should we keep on doing? All right? What should we keep on doing? 2, what should we stop doing? I bet you there's some things that the pandemic has made obvious to us, that we have to stop doing this. If your church does not have a budget, you should have a budget. If I one of the reasons why I was hearing fear from the voice of general overseers and lead pastors, because there's nothing in the account, or there's no fallback of what they call cash reserves. So there's more motivation, more when you have reserves, or you have done your homework, or your church is in an healthy state, you don't have to start crying or start shouting on people to have faith. Faith is supposed to be a normal lifestyle, not something we should imbibe when there's a crisis. When there's crisis, when there's no crisis, the just shall live by faith. So what are the things we should stop doing? There's some things that has brought you here. You have to stop doing them, or else it will never take you there. What should we start doing? What should we start doing right now that we have come to the reality of the disruptions? We have come to the reality of the pandemic. What should we start doing? What should we do? What should we try next? I must tell you that when you look at all the things that is on the table, you must take up courage to do what you have not done before. I know some churches who have gone online, who have encouraged some of them to go online, who have never been online before, and they are seeing results from just going online. Imagine somebody who is in a village is having an impact on somebody who's in Indonesia and in America. So what should we try next? We need to be able to take that courage to go out of the four walls of our comfort, or to think out of the box and try something new and do something remarkable and do something that will impact our community. What should we improve on? What should we improve on? Because the truth about it is that the level at which we are, if we want to get to the next level, there should be some form of improvement. What should we improve on and what should we remove completely? You see, one of the things that I know that creates unhealthiness is something is a foreign body that is in a body that's not supposed to be there. For example, if you have germs and death inside your body, it's going to cause some form of discomfort and unhealthiness because of that foreign input in your body. Foreign input in your body. You know, and then when you want to get yourself back to health, you have to take some antibiotics and expunge out some of those things, because if you don't remove some of those maybe malaria virus or bacteria or fungi, you'll be shocked at the way those things will multiply and take root. And see, prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. It's better you prevent some of these things than to start to, because it's more expensive. As a consultant, I let them know that it's actually very expensive when you want to cure, because it's a lot of work. It's better you let us talk and let's see how we can prevent. It's cheaper, it's safer, it's better, and it's going to help your budget. All right, get a community analysis, as I've said, for your church. Your church is peculiar, and there's a way your church can impact your community from a standpoint of positivity. Okay, get a community analysis. We can help you do that. And there's a reason why God planted your church where it is. There is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all. That was a saying by Peter Drucker. All right, there's nothing so useless and meaningless and senseless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all. That which is not worth doing at all. So let's get the ball rolling. Bigger isn't the goal. Don't be so carried away by large numbers. By the time we get into data, you understand that your church having 10,000 does not mean it's healthy. It's just a matter of telling me that somebody is obese and this person is saying, I am healthy because I am very big. All right? And all size of churches, whether small, mid-size, or large churches, can be unhealthy. All right? So bigger isn't the goal. All right? The better is the goal. We must find ways to be healthier, because my philosophy is that if you are healthier, everything will be fall in place, including growth. Everything will fall in place, including what? Growth. Everything will fall in place, including growth. So everything that lives grows, and everything that also grows changes. So what brings growth is change. And if you are unwilling to change, then you will not have growth. So changes causes pain every single time, and you have to be intentional. You have to be deliberate about change. Okay? Growth does not mean that it's a good growth, because you can have some cancerous growth. I think I explained that when we're talking about knowing and reaching out to and loving your church, in terms of a pseudo-healthy church, where you see a church having all kinds of features of healthiness, but it is really unhealthy. We have to overcome this prevalent consumer mentality of today. All right, so that we don't fall for the trap or attempting to do everything for everyone. Okay, a church wants to do everything for everyone, you're going to fall into the trap of unhealthiness. All right, or you are trying to do nothing for anybody. You are just there, you're not doing anything. It's not the ideal. It's not the right thing for you to do. Or you are doing anything for everybody. You have to know what to do. I was talking to a pastor, and he said, no, we need to concentrate on certain things that God has told us to do. Because the truth about it is that God will only protect you. God will only protect you in what He has called you to do. God will only protect you in the assignment He has called you to do. So let's watch it that we do or build according to God's plan and purpose. We build according to God's plan and purpose for the church, so that we are outwardly focused. You see, the reason why God empowered the church is to be witnesses in Jerusalem, in Judea, in Samaria, and in other parts of the earth. And let's do that from the point of knowledge. All right, I want to wrap it up in 20 minutes, and I'm sure that we had some good time in the perspective shift of today. We had some good time in perspective. I'm trying to check the chat button. Okay, people are watching. So please, let's reach out from the point of knowledge. Let's reach out to the point of knowledge. All right, I want to wrap it up here. My name is Nii Dumade. I'm the CEO and the founder of Magnicraft Consulting. Thank you for allowing me to come into your space with a perspective. If you have missed any of these episodes, go back on my YouTube channel, or my Facebook page. You're going to see quite a lot of, I did about 4 series on the perspective shift. We did on the loving and knowing and reaching out to God. We also do loving, knowing and reaching out to yourself. We also looked at loving, knowing and reaching out to your church. It's also loving and knowing and reaching out to the community. And all these things must be perfect and in balance. Go on my YouTube, you see quite some good resources there. And if you didn't see anything there, just private chat me. My chat response is superb. I'm going to give you whatever you ask for. Thank you for allowing me to come to your space. But from next month, we're going to go on why church health matters. Why does church health matters? At the pandemic we are facing right now, why does it matter? So Magnicraft Consulting helps churches grow healthier, thrive better, okay, by using empirical assessments and strategic blueprints. So reach out to me, and then we're going to talk and see how. And if you have any questions for me, please reach out to me on any of our social media handles. I'll be able to answer your questions. We can just talk and then see how we can help you reach out to your community better and faster and cheaper with greater impact. Thank you for allowing me to come to your space. Till I see you again next Monday. God bless you, and from the depth of my heart, I love you, and I would love to encourage you if you private chat me in this time, in these uncertain times we are living in. Thank you so much. I'm Nii Dumade again, your host of Money Matters, and I will love to hear feedbacks from you. Go subscribe, like, share this video to any pastor or church leader, and I'll be glad. God bless you for it. Thank you so much. I'll see you next Monday. God bless you.